What's up, girls and boys? What's up, internet? Welcome to the penultimate episode of our Yomawari Lost in the Dark full walkthrough and guide playthrough series where I, Vian, help you through the entirety of the game from start to finish to make playing this survival horror offering from Nippon Ichi Software a bit more easier to experience and complete. Previously, we finally went through the entire ordeal of going through our memories one by one in order to get the true narrative of our past from them, including remembering the truth about Mugi and figuring out what it is we promised Kotori. So now, what we have to do is go to Mugi's grave, grab the bell, and head back to the abandoned building to meet with Kotori again. So, first things first, let's exit the house and use the Jizo statue nearby to teleport ourselves near the shrine area. From the teleport point, head to the leftmost area of the shrine near the giant tree to interact with the grassy part there. You will be given one of those prompt selections again where you would need to close your eyes and ring the bell to be allowed to make the right decision. Do so and select Go when able. Continue down this long linear path until you get to Mugi's grave. Once there, an event will trigger. Finally, we got her bell and closure for her death. I still don't understand what the cause of Mugi's death was, but either way, with Mugi's bell in your possession, you will need to head back to the abandoned building now to hand it over to Kotori. So, make your way back to the Jizo statue and teleport to the abandoned building. Or, you could walk there, but who's got time for that? Once you arrive at your destination, head north then east to that space there to grab the cutely written note 4 on the ground before actually attempting to enter the building for a short scene. Enter the building, and once inside, make your way to the rooftop where another short scene will trigger and you will once again have to fight Kotori, the giant eye bird monster. Attacks remain the same as your previous encounter with her. If you want a refresher, you can use our episode 13 guide. There are two differences, however, with that first battle and this one. First, the frequency of Kotori's attacks will be much quicker, so you would have to move and react a bit faster than before. She also does more attacks or sequence of it compared to your first bout with her. Second, Mugi obviously is no longer around. So whenever Kotori gets all in your face and your screen gets that red frame, you will need to be the one that actually rings the bell. Again, how this is done depends on your game settings. Mine had motion controls enabled, so I had to fervently shake the controller to ring the bell. Your goal is the same as before, however, to get to the leftmost side of the rooftop. you get there and complete the boss battle, another event will trigger with Kotori showing herself in her half-monster form. Watch this short reunion where Kotori will point you to your next objective, breaking the curse. She will vaguely give you an instruction on what to do and how to get there, which thankfully we got a glimpse of with one of our true memories. Make note of everything she says before she once again hurls herself off the rooftop. After all that, you will automatically get to the bottom of the abandoned building with another event. Watch it, and again, make note of what is said and exit the building. Use the Jizo statue nearby to teleport to the school where the entrance to the forest is. But, of course, before we can actually get to said entrance, we need to unlock the way there first. So enter the school building and head for the faculty room as the event that triggers states. Pick the rooftop key on the back of the faculty room's floor. With it, make your way to the third floor of the northern building. Thankfully, the only ghost you would need to look out for is the mirror one that lies near the connecting bridge between the school buildings. I would also suggest to save your game on the green phones in the school since you won't be able to do so once you get to the forest. Anywho, once you get to the door to the rooftops, use the key to unlock it. Make your way to the right and watch the scene for a reminder on what to do. When you regain control, step on the edge of the balcony further to the right. Now, what you need to do here is close your eyes and once closed, tilt the right stick up until you get an event. Do not release the buttons to open your eyes as you tilt the stick up, which was something I made a mistake doing and why it took longer than it should have to get to the forest. In the forest, make your way back to where you first landed here, heading north and being careful of the ghosts that you passed through previously with Kotori. The screen will get a bit dark as you progress and light up again for a short event. After that is done, continue your way north and you will encounter a tuning fork and another event that shows you what happened during your first foray in this dangerous and creepy forest. This event also shows you what you need to do to pass, which is ring the bell when the tuning fork glows green. So do so and the bridge will appear. Cross to the other side for another event. Continue northward and the screen will grow dark once again with Kotori passing you by. Close your eyes and get safely through the ghost as you head east across the hanging bridge where we first saw a glimpse of the bird monster Kotori. Past the bridge will be another event waiting for you that details what happened to Kotori's mom, whom she was searching for. From there, head further north and you will eventually get to see Kotori curled up on the ground and shaking. She turns into her bird monster self before vanishing and leaving you alone. Continue onwards, closing your eyes to keep yourself safe once more. Another event will trigger once you get to the shrine, where you will be prompted to ring the bell. Do so several times, wait a bit, and Kotori will appear. Now you will be traveling along with her, which, after going through all of that alone, is nice. You can talk to her during this time if you like as well. Keep following the path north, deeper into the forest. When you get to the entrance to a clearing, Kotori will stop you. She sees something bad and will take the lead. Follow her instructions of walking only where she walks. You can either do as I did, which was tiptoe as I follow her, or you can just run. It's up to you, but I felt much safer tiptoeing. This will be a recurring mechanic later on though, and during that later segment, tiptoeing is not advised. Trust me. Eventually, Kotori will deem it safe for you to take the helm once more, though you can tell she's hiding something. Just keep following the linear path until you see balls with a lot of hands appear. Kotori will use the bell to dispel them. Keep that in mind for future reference. Further along, you will find a wall with an indentation on it. Here, you would need to pick an item that would fit that hole in order to progress. Kotori believes you have one in your possession, and she's right. interact with the wall and choose to shove the dirty pebble you picked all the way back from the beginning of the game. The door will open for you. Step through it after the event. Keep following the path before you, and Kotori will end up sensing something and occasionally slowing down. This entire section is peppered with events from this point on, so just keep going north until you trigger the event where Kotori gets captured and you are left to rescue her. Just say, this final boss is annoying as fudge and made me want to throw my controller in frustration. And And like Kotori's boss battle, it has a couple of attacks that have a very specific way to overcome. So, let's list them all. First off, we got the balls that rush after you. There are two kinds of this. The big ones that are rather slow and the small ones that are much faster. Although you can keep running around when they appear, the most efficient way to dodge them would be to wait until they blink into a darker shade of their coloring before moving. That way you preserve your stamina for the more dangerous attacks. Second, we got the rotating balls similar to the dolls we encountered to get the red doll's parts back. There are two kinds of this as well. For the first one, you would need to, like how we did with the dolls in the bamboo forest, get out of the circle they trapped you in by using the empty space in their formation. For the second one, you would need to stay in the middle of their rotation to make sure they don't reach you. You can tell which attack is which when you see if there is an empty space in their formation, since the second version of their attack doesn't have it. Next up are the small disappearing balls. These appear stationary at first on the area before disappearing. You would need to close your eyes and move away from them as they will begin to move the moment they disappear. The next attack is the balls with the hands. For this, you would want to stay away from them while ringing the bell multiple times to dispel them. Finally, after you've dispelled the balls with hands, the final attack comes with hands shooting out of the ground. You can predict where they will spawn based on the color on the ground, so you can easily avoid them. Also, you will be doing this in an enclosed space with Kotori and the hands that have captured her nearby. You cannot get close to the hands blocking the way or you will die. You must also be careful not to get trapped when you run around, as there is a chance you might, based from my experience. Basically, this final boss requires you to get through all of the attacks that it throws at you, and each round will end when you interact with Kotori. You can tell if you can finally interact with her to try to free her if the hands shooting up from the ground appears. Do this 3 times with each round's attacks getting quicker and quicker to complete this segment. Once you've rescued Kotori, however, be prepared for another round of surviving attacks because this thing is relentless. But this time you would need to ring the bell near the tuning forks as they glow green in order to continue. During this particular segment, follow Kotori's path as you did before and make sure to time your movements right. Backtrack or slow down if you need to, and don't worry about dying since you, at the very least, won't need to redo the boss sequence. If you need to know the timing, you can make use of this video and see how I did it. After you finally get through all of that, continue on the only path available to you. Reading the interaction between Kotori and your character, which, to be honest, gave me all the red flags, all the death flags that told me what to expect for the finale. It also made me feel a bit sad and teary-eyed considering that some of her words kind of hit me at the feels after having experienced the loss of someone very dear to me recently. Anywho, just follow the directions you are given at this point and do follow them to a T. Eventually, you will escape the forest, free of your curse, but one companion shorter. At this point, the game ends and gives you the credits roll you deserved. Watch it until the end, and right after the end card with the game's title being displayed on the screen, another event rolls on. We are back in the school in a scene reminiscent to the prologue where our character is being forced to eat a bug. Here we finally have an option to refuse, which can be unlocked by once again closing our eyes and ringing the bell. Make that choice and watch our character rush out of the classroom and head back into the rooftop. Watch the rest of the event there and pat yourself at the back because congratulations, you just beaten the game. But there's still more to be done. There is closure in regards to Kotori to be had, and that is something we will be tackling in the final episode of this full walkthrough and guide playthrough for Yomawari Lost in the Dark. This entire ordeal in the forest is one that I have a love-hate relationship with. I love the interaction between Kotori and our character. I love the dialogue in Kotori's lines as they got closer and closer to their goal. I just hated it because of the boss battles, and that was just too frustrating, having to redo it several times and falling short of beating it in a couple. It's such a bittersweet ending too, and it left a couple of things unanswered as well, like where our family is. We know that our character has a dad, but he's never shown, even if we go run around the house like a maniac, which disregards the earlier warning in the game. Also, why did Mugi have the bell? Even though I have an inkling as to why, it was never explicitly stated that my assumption that it was because it's the bell from Mugi's mom, like she lost it because of the cat. Maybe she left it in the house when she was visiting our character like a year, 2 years prior to the beginning of the story. But yeah, the game never explicitly tells us why she has the bell, why Mugi has the bell. There's also the unanswered question of what is happening in this godforsaken town with all the ghosts roaming around. Do they really exist, or are they just figments of our character's imagination like Mugi was? Or why the enemy monster has the same name as Kotori, and why it supposedly existed even before Kotori herself got cursed. But those are just a few questions at the top of my head as I was playing and as I was watching the events unfold, and it didn't really take anything away or didn't take any enjoyment away, even if those questions are left, unanswered. Again, though, we are not yet done with Yomawari Lost in the Dark, so join me again next time as we conclude this survival horror experience. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now. Keep safe, everyone. Thanks for watching.
We'll have a last conversation, drink our last cup of coffee. Someday we might be 80 and think about the different